Hi, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to do another round of Creative Memories Tools Roulette game. So here on my desk I have just a sample of some of the new tools that I have gotten over the last couple weeks since we did our last round of Tools Roulette. Let's see, I think we stopped at 42 last time, and I've added, I'm up to 53 now. So you see they add up really quickly, don't they? I've added over 10 in the last couple weeks since we've done our last video. So I'm randomly going to pick 3 different tools and create a layout. Okay, let me bring in my random number generator. Okay, let's see here. I'll make it a little bit larger. Okay, so I have 1 through 53. Let's see what numbers we get. First one is 12. Number 12. I'll write that down. 12. And let's see what else we get. 10. Getting some low numbers. That means I'll be probably working with some older tools. Okay, let's see. Next one is 9. Okay. Those are the 3 tools that were selected. Let's see what we have. We have number 12, which is the dotted leaf circle punch. Okay. Number 10. Oh, okay, I like number 10. The 3-in-1 ribbon. That seems like that's going to be an easy one. Oh, and number 9. Also, my favorite of all time is the 3-in-1 tag punch. So, okay, so yep, I'm looking forward to creating a layout with those. So let me clear off my desk and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I have the 3 punches here that were selected. I have the 3-in-1 tag, the 3-in-1 ribbon, and the dotted leaf. Okay, and so when I first pulled these out, I thought that the dotted leaf is going to be the hardest one to incorporate. I feel like these other 2 are pretty easy. I use these quite frequently, so I feel like that was an easy choice. But this one was the hardest, so I thought, you know, what am I going to do with it? So what I decided was, when you cut this out, it kind of reminds me of a doily. So then that made me think of, okay, what food pictures do I want to get scrapped? And so what I have here is some photos of our family getting together and making tamales. So I'll talk more about those in a little bit, but I thought that would be perfect because whenever I'm talking about food, I start thinking about doilies, and this is the perfect doily. Okay, let's move all this aside for now. And so what I decided on is to use the Welcome Home collection. I don't have much of this left, but I absolutely love this collection, and I thought that it would be perfect. So even though we make tamales at Christmas time, I didn't want to make this a Christmas layout. So I wanted to use something more earth tony. Okay, and that's what made me go right for my Welcome Home. So let's see what we have. I have a small piece. I'll talk about this one in a minute. So I have a small piece of the blue. I have a good sized chunk of the green, and a piece of the darker blue. And so the darker blue is going to be my background piece. Okay, now I'm going to make a very simple page, and then this will have a corresponding double page because I have a lot of other photos that I want to incorporate into this story. So I will be needing to make a second page, and we'll talk about that later as well. So what I've decided for this is to incorporate these 3 photos in this configuration. I'll probably be cutting these down, and I'm going to give this a very simple border at the top. Okay, and so I'm going to use this green as my border, the top, and I'm probably going to give about 1 inch at the bottom as well. Let's see, 1 inch. Yeah, I think I'm going to go about 1.5 inches, and that way, if I change my mind later, I could always tuck in the extra. Okay, so let's go ahead and make 2 cuts at 1.5 inches. Okay. And then let's put the trimmer aside for a minute. So it's going to look something like this and like this. Okay, so my idea would be to put the doily kind of coming out the bottom here. So let's get that cut. And what I wanted to talk about was this piece of paper, because you can see that it has some lines in it. So what I did was, like I said, I don't have much of this collection left, so I kind of pieced together this 6-inch square because that's what we need to use our dotted leaf punch. So I'm hoping that this works. Okay, so just to remind you how to use these, this type of frame punch is we first tuck the paper in and we meet it up in the corner there. Then we pull it out and we do the same thing on this side. Pull it out, turn it, same thing on this side. We do that 4 times. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. That'll finish off our punch, but let me get out some of this debris. Now it's putting a little square in there, but I don't want that to jam up my punch, so get that out. One more. Okay, looks pretty good. I just want to tuck a little piece, so I might not have even needed the whole thing, but I wasn't sure. So this is kind of my idea. I've got a spot there I don't like, so let's keep turning it. Find a spot that I like. I do like this part. Okay, let's see. I just want it popping out a little bit like that. And then this will be my embellishment cluster down here. Okay, so I'll line it up so it's perfectly in the middle. And there you go. So I think my tape on the back worked. This line won't be showing. And there is a teeny line right here, but it's hardly even noticeable. So my pictures are going to go something like this. I want to keep this horizontal photo as much as possible the way it is, a 4x6. These two I'm willing to cut down. So, and the reason I'm so picky about that is this was December of 2020, and about 4 or 5 months after these photos were taken, we had a major flood in our house, and the whole downstairs was gutted and rebuilt, and so our kitchen looks nothing like that anymore. So it's very important for me to have those photos in here of that old kitchen so that we could remember how that looked. Okay, so let's pull in our, I think I'm going to make these into 4x4s. Let me just bring my little clear mat in here. I don't want to cut off too much my mother-in-law's head there. So, okay, well, let's see what that looks like. I think 4x4 is going to be great on here. So I hate to cut off that tile, but let's see how that's going to look. Okay, that's going to be pretty good. I might actually trim those down a tad more if I could. I might lose some detail here, so it's going to look something like this. Okay. Then next, I want to kind of decorate our strip. Let me go ahead and cut the doily also. I can move the doily around if I need to, but let me slice it and make it, I'm just going to cut it on that line for now. And then if I need it to be smaller, I can always cut it later. Okay, that did not want to go in there. Okay. There's that. Let's tuck this in. Okay, you see how it kind of looks like a doily popping out there? There we go. I want to maybe bring my leaf, my dotted leaf in up here as well. So let's see, something like that. So that might be sitting right there for a minute so we could decide. Okay, so let's see where we're going to put the ribbon and the tag punches. Oh, let's see what we have. I have a bunch of scraps laying over here to my side here. I think I kind of like that one. So let's see, this is probably about an inch. I'm gonna make this one into the ribbon. I'm gonna use this for the ribbon, and yep, it's about exactly, it is, it's 1 inch. Perfect, that's why we keep all of our scraps, right? Okay, I just turn it over. I like to use my punches this direction, but the way this one is designed is you just push it in until it reaches the back, and then you should get a perfect cut every time. So there's our cut. Yep, I'm gonna put, that's where I'm gonna include the ribbon. I like it right there. It's gonna be part of my decorations down here. Up here, I think I'm going to use one of the border stickers and put it there so I can bring in the color brown. And then, let's see, I still need to get that tag in somewhere. I have a scrap here of navy, and it just looks like it's just perfectly 2.5 inches, so that's a possibility. I have this scrap here, which, let's trim this up a bit. It matches that one, so I kind of like that. And it's almost at 1.5 inches. That's a possibility as well. This one's kind of nice too. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, so this was a little over, what did we say? A little over 1.5 inches. So the tab could only make 1 inch, 2 inches, or 2.5, but we're going to trick it a little bit here and get it to take our piece of paper. So that's why I do want to spin it over. And all you have to do is like make sure that you have it lined up and centered as best as you can. If it doesn't work out, all we've lost is a little piece of a scrap. Okay, and there we go. So I'm probably going to put some tags sticking out of the circle of the leaf punch there. I think I want 2 sticking up there. So let's see, what other color should I'm going to go ahead and try this one. I am going to slice it to be the same size as that one was, which was some random size. This is navy. Turn it over again. Line it up as best as we could. Squeeze it, punch it. There we go. Let's see if we like that. Not sure about the navy blue. Let's see if we have any brown in this collection left. I have this brown. Let's go ahead and get another piece, that random size. I think it's a 1 3/4. I keep calling it a random size, but it's 1 3/4. Okay. It's only a random size because it doesn't fit into my tag punch perfectly. Put this in. We want this to be the same size. Not that it matters, it's tucked in. Yep, I do. I like the brown a lot better. And I could either use the leaves, which I like, or the other side. Yeah, I prefer the leaves. Okay. Okay, that looks really good. That's how I'm going to incorporate my tag. So I did it. So far I have the leaves, the dotted leaf punch, and I have the tag, and I have my ribbon down here. Okay, so let's continue and finish off this layout. Okay, I think I am going to cut these down to be 3.5 inches. Okay, so here's my guide for a 3.5 inch. So my main focus, I do want the big batch of tamales here, but I also want to incorporate as much of the 2 girls as possible. Yep, just going to take off about 1/4 inch here. And we said 3.5. There we go. And then I'll take it from the bottom down here. And there we go. Yep, I like the 3.5 inch size. It's going to fit much nicer. On this one, I think my main thing here is my beautiful mother-in-law and the peppers that we're peeling, because you can't really see my daughter off to the side there. I will put it in the corner like that. because I do want to put some mats on these photos, so that's going to look really nice. One I might trim down. Okay, what are we going to do up here? We want this to be hanging down a little bit. See, maybe I trimmed off too much, but let's see. Okay, so I am going to trim that. Oh, what I'll do is I'll adhere it and then I'll trim it. Okay, let me get this adhered down, what I have so far, because I really like it, and I'm going to get some photo mats as well, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and let's see where we're at here. I have all the papers are adhered down. The photos are not. I just wanted to show that I went ahead and went with a dark brown. So this is hot cocoa brown, and I just thought that that kind of pulls out the photos a little bit better. These photos have a lot of like orangey glow to them because of those cabinets in the background. So I wanted something to kind of tone that down. So that's what I went with. Now over here, I went ahead and I just adhered this straight across, and I wanted to show you that before I trimmed it. I'm just going to take my scissors, I turn the paper over, and then I just slice it straight off and use the paper as my guide. Okay, and then that's how that's going to look up there. I like that. And then across here, like I said, we're going to use a border sticker. So I'm going to use this brown one, and again, I'm doing that also because I used the brown in the mats. Okay, that was another reason why I chose the hot cocoa brown. Okay, so I am going to lift this up slightly so that I could tuck it under. I don't have to go the whole way across because it's going to be hidden anyway. So I'm just going to put this down across and cover up that seam. Okay, and then again I'll turn the paper over and I'll just snip it off. Now I'll probably save this because you never know. I have another little scrap, so I might be able to incorporate those on the other page. So we'll see. Okay, so let's go ahead, put our pictures back, see how we want these. I want, once I get my pictures on, I always like to bring them to the center, to each other. I just feel like it's a little more cohesive like that. This one, I'm going to overlap onto cutout right here. Okay, and I'm going to bring it down. The reason I'm bringing it down is I'm going to try and put my title somewhere up there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these down. There we go. Wondering if I should bring it all the way down. I'm not sure. If I don't bring it all the way down, I don't know if I like the little spot showing right there. So I'm going to bring it down all the way to touch the green. I think what I want to do is maybe pop this one back up, see if I can. I did not use repositional, so my paper is going to be a little marked up, but it might be worth it here. Yep, you can't even see the markups. Let's try this one to see if we are so lucky as we were with the other one. Yep, I'm just bringing it down ever so slightly. Okay, there we go. Now we're just going to get our title going. Then we're going to embellish, and we'll work on that second page. Okay, so let's get this layout embellished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the two areas where I put the dotted leaf punch, the base for my clusters. Okay, so I'm going to have 1, 2, and then on the second page, which I promise I'll be showing you here in a minute, then I'll have the third embellishment cluster. So I will have 3 on the total layout. So let's see what I have. So I pulled in I did pull in the stickers from the Welcome Home collection, but a lot of them don't really apply to my theme. I do like this and plan on using this one that says Made with Love, but other than that, there's some border strips that are left, and I will be trying to incorporate the leftover brown ones. Okay, so there's that. Then I went through the embellishments from the Welcome Home pack, and there's not a lot I could use. A lot of the ones are outdoorsy, although I thought this for some reason looked like a great addition to my tamale page, but I don't think I could fit it in. It's a little bit big. Other than that, a lot of it's garden related. There were some things that I kind of liked. Like, I do like this. I'm going to put this down here. I'll put it over here. I might incorporate just for the greenery. Okay, I like this one, and not that we're having a picnic or anything, but I like the colors, and the picnic basket could be used to resemble food. So I'm gonna keep that one in consideration. And then I also like this one that says homemade, because we are making homemade tamales. I had to do some deep stash diving to get some more embellishments for this page. So I pulled out a few wood veneers that I'm going to try and incorporate. I also found a couple titles and word phrases that I think that I can incorporate as well with this. Some herbs and some really old stickers here that maybe I can incorporate some of these. They're all like kitchen related, so I thought that would be nice. I loved the peppers that are on this old one. This is an old Creative Memories sticker set, and so I liked the peppers. I'm going to try and incorporate that. So that's what I have going on. Let's see what we can do with these. Okay, let's start with the title, which I found this sticker and I thought, how appropriate is that? Because this is my mother-in-law's recipe that she was passing down to us. My idea was to put it right up here, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I want to slide it over here a little bit more and have it touching just the tip of that dotted leaf punch up here, so that will kind of tie in. So let's see how we like that as we go on. Okay, so then down here, I liked this one that said family favorite, because it definitely is. And I like the brown matches the brown from up here, and then I have blue incorporated throughout this layout, so the blue matches very nicely as well. I think that picnic basket, you see what my idea is, just to kind of have it just tucking out ever so slightly so that I could see the brown and the blue, just because I feel like it gives it that homey food kind of feeling that tamales gives me. What else do I want to do? There are some little stickers. I think at the top up here, I liked this this cutting board that says delicious. So I think I'm going to put that up there. In fact, I think I'm going to pop that one up on some foam tape. So let's get that out. There we go. So I think I'm going to put that on a little bit of foam tape up there. And then we use a lot of herbs. Now, I'm not sure with the tamales, we didn't use a ton of herbs. We mostly used the peppers. But with other recipes she has taught us always has herbs in it. Special herbs we have to go buy at special stores. So I think what I want to do is something like this at the top, is kind of bring the herbs sticking out around that cutting board. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then down here, let's see what else I could add. I need something small. We do use lots of pots and pans when we cook. And of course, seasonings like salt and pepper. Let's bring it down a little bit. I'm okay touching my photo. I just don't want to cover up too much of that because that's a main ingredient. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring in the second page now and talk about that, so that as I finish up the embellishing, I could even it out. Yeah, it's going to help me to see what I'm going to have on this page as well, so that I'm not too heavy on one side or the other. Okay, so here's my second page. I wanted this second page to be very photo heavy because this is my decorative pretty page over here on the left. So over here, I just wanted the rest of the photos to be displayed. So I used the hot cocoa dark brown cardstock because that's what I matted over here. I trimmed down my photos just a tad so that they would be have a little space, so almost as if they look like they're matted. And up here, I didn't want to just wallpaper all the whole page, so I did trim these down. So when I selected the photos, I purposely put the ones with less trimming here and the ones that I could trim more at the top. Okay. Then my idea is I want to bring in some of the paper from the other side, so I will bring in the same green that I had on the left-hand side over here to the right-hand side. Then I want to bring in the blue from over here, so I wanted to do that. And I'm going to bring in my ribbon punch again and give it a little trim. Okay, so there, I got my ribbon punch in again, and it will look something like that. I also wanted to bring back in this blue, but what I really wanted to do was bring in the dotted leaf punch again one more time so that I could have a visual triangle. So let's go ahead and get our punch back in here. So what I'm starting here with here is a 6" by 2" piece of scrap paper. Okay, so I'm going to try the same technique as I did before. So it's 6 inches. I'm going to put the corner up in the top and then punch it and then pull it out. And for this one, I believe I'm going to turn it around. Let's see what happens here. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so here's our dotted leaf punch. We're just trimming it off. I'm just coming over here and making a little slice where it didn't punch. And there we go. So I'm going to tuck that underneath the ribbon. Might have to trim it a bit. Do we want it centered? I'm just kind of looking right now at how these are. Have my 1, 2, and then do I want it here or off to the side? I think I kind of want it off to the side. Yeah, you know what? Let me go ahead and stick this one down. This one's going to touch the edge. Still just, I'm just trying to put the same amount of room. Okay, now this one, I want to be able to tuck this in. Let's see, where do I want this? I think what I'm going to do is I want to trim off a little more. I'm just going to make it a little bit more curvy. And I am going to trim off a little bit at the bottom because I think it's too long and it's going to stick out the bottom of the blue. Trim off a little piece of that. And I want it to look something like this. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let me put this one in place where I want it the most. And then put this down on top of it. Okay, let's line this up, make sure we have it as close to centered as we want it. Okay, I like it. Okay, so that's going to help me kind of with the rest of my embellishing here. So what I do want to put over here is the Made with Love. I like that one a lot. And I do need some foam tape for that. Let me grab a couple pieces here. Okay, so I'm going to do it something like this. So it'll say Made with Love. I do want that greenery. We had this one. I think that's where I'm going to bring that in. Probably trim that a little bit. Let's see. Oh, well, let's see. Let's just keep it there for a minute. Maybe I want the whole thing. Okay, I don't want the whole exposed of the wreath. But let's see. Let's see if we want the whole thing or just half of it. Okay, I'm going to bring in that wood veneer now and see where we want to put that, because I do want to incorporate these because this pot is identical almost to the type of pots that we use when we're cooking. So we want to put that over here, maybe tucked under the mat a little bit. And then the wooden spoon, whenever my mother-in-law comes over to cook, we're always using wooden spoons. So I thought that was very iconic of her. So I would like to incorporate my wooden spoon somewhere over here. Let's see here. Maybe something like that over the spices. Let me hold off on that pot right there. And then for this one, I want my wood veneer to be in my visual triangle, so I want one in each area. So maybe, let's see, how do I want this one? Up here, maybe tucked under. Yeah, let's see, coming out, the knife and the fork sticking out, something like that. I do like that. Down here, let's see, I did like this little heart because it kind of represents, let me move the pot, I already have that pot represented over there. Yep, I'm enjoying that, and this area as well. Okay, a couple other things I wanted to do. I wanted to look at using this handmade. Maybe I'll slide this out just a tad. I think it would be cute to say handmade recipes, handmade family recipes. Maybe I can put that on a little foam, or maybe I need to bring it so that it dips into that M a little bit. Here we go. I'm just trying to avoid any of that trap space between the handmade. Like, I don't want it to be like that and then have that open space. I want that space to be covered up. So I'll probably do something like this. Okay, wanted to incorporate some more of this brown, didn't I? So let's see. I want to use it because I don't think I'll use it anywhere else if I don't use it today. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll have it coming out maybe on both sides. The longer one over here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Once I adhere some of that down, I'll have this poking out and have it as far as it'll go this way and that way. That's what I'll do. Let me put that aside just so I remember. Put it right here next to it. Okay, I think that's all I want to do. Oh no, there was the peppers. The little peppers. I wanted to decorate with the little peppers. So I think what I'm going to do is use this to go around each little cluster. I definitely want to use these little peppers here as like my final touches. So I'm going to include those after I adhere everything down. So you'll have to look at the close-up pictures and see if you can find where I put the little peppers. So there we go. I really like this this layout. I love it. It came out really good. I think I did a great job of incorporating all three of the tools that were selected in our roulette. I mean, let me know what you think. I thought it was pretty easy that I got these two. So I do feel like I've kind of neglected my the tag punch a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for some raffia, just a little bit to make like a little bow coming off of here because the raffia gives me the feel of what it is to use the corn husk that we were using for the tamale. So I think I'm going to still add that. Let me know in the comments if you're playing along, what three tools you selected and how did your layout come out. I'd love to hear about that. And that's it for today. We're going to wrap up, and if you liked any of this process, please give me a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you haven't seen the other videos in this series, I will link them at the end of this video. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.